Hello everyone, I am the Dream Envoy, and welcome back to more of Let's Play Winds of Change. Last time, we gone through the mountain pass on our way to Mazeo. Pro's plan is to kinda charm his way through the main gate, but we're not sure how well that would work. Hopefully he has a high charisma stat, although to be honest, doesn't seem to have too high of a charisma stat. Although, despite that, I really like him. On the other hand, we were also getting talks about the rebellion gaining some alliance with the pirates, which I think is kind of ironic. Not the triumvirate, the rebellion's teaming up with the pirates to fight the triumvirates, which I think is kind of ironic since this supposedly all began because the triumvirates wanted to fight against the pirates. By the way, we hope that after we get through the main gate, we can make our way to the mayor's house, aka Grizz's house. Let's do this! A few hours later, we finally arrive at the gates of Mazeo. There's nobody in sight, save for one lonely gate guard. He stands there kicking his foot back and forth. Slow day?
Oh, great! It's Carmen!
Who?
Basically, the one gate guard I'm comfortable with. Leave this one to me. We'll be in Mazeo before you know it.
Cool. He smirks and starts striding towards Carmen. But before he can get too far, Ulrich grabs him by the shoulder. Holding it in place, Pro protests by squirming and trying to break free.
Hey! Let go! We don't have much time to waste!
There's another way.
Ulrich glances over to Valessa, Fortam, and I. Not sure what he meant by another way. Was there something we could do here?
Oh, come on! I had a whole routine worked out, Ulrich. Mine will work for sure. With them, it's a risk.
I just want to see how they handle this. Diplomacy will be really important moving forward. Shouldn't we let them get some practice?
I guess. I have enough of their cryptic conversation and step forward. As though what they meant, I politely request an explanation. If there was something they needed to say, there was no point in hiding it.
The new Elder of Valenorth.
Yeah.
He smiles and keeps his gaze set on all three of us. Starting to get an idea of what they're talking about. Oh no. This would mean that Fortam would be going up then.
Fortam, come here.
Yep. He looks a bit startled at the sudden demand, but slowly steps forward. I can sense on his apprehension at being put on the spot. I know that feeling.
What's up?
This is your first time coming to Mazeo, right? The relationship between both of our nations is important. How we handle this situation could have a big impact.
Really? What do you mean?
Diplomacy, Fortam, don't mess it up.
Pro wants to lie his way in. That's what he does best. Not that it's a bad thing, of course, it usually works wonders. But at the end of the day, you are the Elder of Valenorth. If you prefer, you can try talking to Carmen. See if you can reason with him and get our entry granted. Your role as the Elder can't stay hidden forever. What would the people think if someone like you was accomplice to deceit? Word has its way of traveling around. It could find its way back to you. Aside from the rebellion, you have to make an impact on Mazeo's people.
That's actually a really good point.
The question is, what kind of impact should that be?
Whoa, this is way more complicated than I thought.
Everything will be complicated now, Fortam. Don't do anything lightly from this point forward.
Ulrich made a very good point, and we had better give it some thought. Everything we did from now on would affect the relationship between our nations. We were no longer just focused on the rebellion, but Mazeo-Valenorth relations. Seems that Milas's resignation left a lot more responsibility on our laps. I shrug and turn toward Valessa and Fortem. We start to discuss the matter.
What should we do?
Time to shine. I stop and think, but came to a conclusion that I believe is the best. We shouldn't hide our identities, and we should stick to diplomacy. It's better than setting something up that's bound to backfire on us. I turned to Fortem and gave him a nod. I guess this would be his first political move as elder. I hope it works out. We just had to hope that Carmen was willing to play ball. He takes slow, nervous steps towards him until Carmen takes notice. When he does, Fortem stops in his tracks, his ears perking straight up.
Entry permit, please.
Ah, doggy!
Wait, what?
What is he, a border collie? Doesn't exactly have the colors.
You want to get into Mazeo, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I need to see an entry permit. I can't just let anybody inside.
Oh yeah? Not even the Elder of Valenorth?
Why, is that you?
Yeah!
Nice try. That's a pretty common excuse today. In fact, I've turned down 3 elders already.
Oh boy.
But I'm not lying!
And I'm sure they weren't either. But I can't let you through without a permit. The occupation made us crack down on visitors.
But please! Our business is urgent! If you just let us in, I'll get someone to confirm.
Nice try. You just leave me hanging. Everyone else does. Either present some papers or stop wasting my time.
Seriously, come on!
Oh boy. I can tell that Fortem is getting annoyed. I've never seen him like this. As if to offer assistance, Ulrich steps forward, clearing his throat. Perfect timing too, as Fortem was about to lose his temper.
I apologize on behalf of the Elder. This is his first time traveling. We're not up to any funny business, I assure you. It's an urgent meeting. The national security of Mazeo and Valenorth are both compromised.
Is that so?
Do you have a family, Carmen?
Yeah, I do.
I promise that we're not lying. The Triumvirate is on the move to occupy Valenorth. But in order to do so, they'll have to pass through Mazeo. Your family could be in danger. The attack is imminent. All we ask is that you let us through so we can go about our business. Our matters in Mazeo concern the safety of almost every Celestian. If you don't let us through, a lot of innocent people will die. And trust me, we will make it known that you held us back. Do you really want to go down in history like that, Carmen? Or would you rather go down in history as a hero? The man that allowed us to carry out our mission.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't. I'm asking you to take a leap of faith. Is it really worth gambling with the lives of your family?
Ulrich, I'm not entirely sure if that's the best way to put it, but okay. Carmen gulps audibly and shuffles in place.
I think I remember you.
Yeah, I just left for Valenorth yesterday morning. I'm not an outsider. Mazeo is my home. Please, let me and my friends protect it.
And you promise not to tell anybody?
I promise. But you should also abandon your post. They'll need to pass right through these gates. Your life is worth more than this job. Please, get to safety with your family. Do you really think I'm making this up?
It's possible. I mean, from Carmen's perspective.
I don't know.
If I just wanted entry, I wouldn't care about you. But this is more than that. I want to help you too. I'll tell Grizz right away so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, I'd be very suspicious if I was in Carmen's place, but let's see how this plays out.
Alright, I trust you.
Alright! Good thing that Carmen is a fool. Carmen steps to the side and stops blocking the gate.
Just don't make me regret this.
We're going to make you regret this. You will soon be unemployed.
You never will.
Ulrich steps back, smiling as he turns to us. It seems Tom couldn't accomplish this task on his own. But his help was much appreciated, as we couldn't have done this otherwise.
Wow, Ulrich. Thanks. I was totally drawing blanks. Maybe I'm not cut out for that stuff.
That's preposterous, Fortum. I didn't expect you to succeed. It was your first time. You handled yourself well, and you're gaining experience.
He walks away, and Pro approaches the group. Sorry, Pro, I really do like you.
That was pretty amazing. I still think my idea was better, though. I had a whole script in my head and everything.
Yeah, well, what if things didn't go exactly to your script? Fordham shrugs and turns to face the gate. At least his first act as Elder will be an open and honest one. We couldn't say the same thing if we were to align ourselves with Pro.
So, shall we?
We shall. He motions to the gate, which is now free for us to enter. After everything we've been through, we're finally here. It was time to get started and meet Damek. A new frontier! Awesome. So, Pro and Valessa.
Hey, Pro.
What's up?
That can't be your real name.
I hope so, it's a cool name. But so what? Even if it's not his real name, it's the name he chose for himself.
Why not?
I mean, it's a little odd.
And Valessa isn't?
You have a point.
I don't know, Valessa seems like a more natural sounding name to me, but regardless, I like both names.
But since you asked, it isn't my real name. The truth is, I don't actually know my real name.
Oh?
How do you manage that?
I'd rather not talk about it, if it's all the same to you. Pro is just something the orphans called me when I was younger. I showed a knack for picking up skills with ease.
So they called you a pro. Gotcha.
So you're a pro.
Yeah.
Something like that. Any idea why your parents chose Valessa?
No idea, actually. I never thought to question it. But yours kinda stuck out like a sore thumb.
I know why my parents chose my name.
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, there's something else in my mind, actually.
Oh yeah? What's that?
What's up with the name Fortem? Like, how is that one even possible?
I've always wondered that.
It's bugging me, and I've only known him for a day. It must bother you so much, you've known him forever.
What's wrong with Fortum?
Yeah, but you're good at getting info, right?
That's what I've been told.
Maybe we can work together to find this out. I want to know just what Fortum really means.
Okay, let's do it. Pro and Valessa, on the case.
Name detectives. Alrighty then. And something with Damek? Damek's advisor approached him with a sense of urgency. Having received a summons from Lilith, it was finally time. The future of Mazeo and the rebellion would be decided.
Damek, may I speak with you?
Ah, spies. Where's sugar and everything nice?
Oh, of course. Is everything okay?
I believe you've been waiting for this.
He hands Damek a piece of paper and his script. Soon after, he returns to scribbling in his ledger.
Secure a naval army? That's a lot bigger than our initial plans.
Is it an unwelcome change?
Spy stands waiting, ready to record Damek's response.
No, not at all. We were just planning to steal the Triumvirate ships. While they were busy with Valenorth, they'd be unmanned.
Okay, quick thought. I wonder if Spice and Bro would get along, since they seem to be both fellow writers. Though, well, he's more of a logger than, an author, but still. Well, it's similar.
But this... It could grow our forces exponentially. Especially if the pirates lend us their army.
Not for free, of course. They'll probably rob Grizz blind in exchange. I recommend not offering them any of our resources. We barely have enough food for our own men. And weapons for that matter. We need more of those. Do you think you could spin negotiations in our favor?
Of course I can. I'm nothing if not a good negotiator. It seems like everything is in our favor.
With your charisma, Damek, I think that you would be a great negotiator.
This final clause, however.
The one requesting the seer's presence. Pay it no mind, they should be arriving here shortly. In fact, I'll go meet them in the town square right away.
Is their Exodus training regiment finalized? Your schedule should be able to accommodate changes. Your plan is still slow exposure to develop a tolerance, yes?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I could only handle it for a mere moment. But I feel stronger, like I could handle more. Oh, of course, I'm not going to touch it again. I'm just assuming the same rules apply to the seer. With controlled exposure, they could wield it longer and longer. Long enough to aid our final assault on Bolteus.
Very well. Anyways, let's enter the city. Oh, is there something here?
So this is the only way to enter Mazeo.
From the Valinor side at least. The wall stretches to both sides of the mountains. There's no way to get past it, unless you climbed over.
Why didn't we just do that then?
That would be strongly suspicious.
Seriously? Never thought I'd hear you say that. I thought you were pretty much by the books, Felessa.
What's that supposed to mean?
To be fair, I'm with Pro. Alyssa seems pretty by the books.
I just didn't think you'd want to break the law. Besides, it wouldn't work. There's guards on the other side. Any hopovers are quickly arrested. And punished, too.
Hopovers?
Hop over the wall?
Yeah, that's what they call them. You build a gate like this, you're gonna get some hopovers. Trust me, they have a counter for every possible scheme.
I guess they've thought of it all. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Let's just head inside and continue this.
That's some pretty good defense. Very well. Enter inside and head to town square then. We take our first steps to Mazeo and we all pause and examine the surroundings. It's a crowded mess with people running in every conceivable direction. Market stalls are set up wherever there's room with all sorts of wares.
Wait, I think I see them.
Fortem immediately tries running ahead, enthralled by something he sees. But before he can get very far, Ulrich grabs him from behind and stops him. With a tight grip on Fortem's collar, it's clear he's not going anywhere.
Hey, what gives?
You can't just run off into a crowd like that, Fortim. You'll get lost, and I don't have the time to find you. Stay close to us. We'll get over there eventually.
Yeah, Fortem probably isn't used to a big city, so yeah, of course.
All right.
The ears droop down and he starts to mope around. But before he gets too sad, Ulrich reaches into his pockets. Pulling out some coin, he gives it to Fortem with a smile.
Here's some money to spend on whatever you want, but like I said, just make sure you stick close to us. This isn't the kind of place you want to be alone in.
Wow, thanks, Ulrich. I'm gonna look for some apples then. Can you point them out for me so I don't get lost?
Oh yeah, he's been going on about wanting to get apples because of the trade ban.
Yeah, they should be over there.
Put into a nearby market stall, Fortem runs off, jubilant. Free money from Ulrich? He must have taken a liking to Fortem. Either that or he figured somebody needed to keep him in line.
Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for Damek. Knowing him, he's already here waiting for us. Do you see him anywhere, Pro?
There's too many people. Give me a few minutes. I'll find him.
A few minutes later, Fortam returns. He's holding an apple, his eyes glistening with happiness.
Look, I finally got what I wanted. It was so expensive, though. I only had enough for one. Guess I'll have to make it last as long as possible, huh?
Apples really are expensive, huh?
Only one? You were conned, Fortune. I should have followed you after all.
Oh my god.
Conned?
Yeah, taken advantage of. The locals know a tourist when they see one. They raise the prices because you don't know any better.
Oh jeez.
Mean.
Sorry, it's my fault. For a moment I put too much faith in the people. At least now you know all of my warnings were true.
Ulrich lets out a large sigh and continues scouting the surroundings. Well, there goes your money. Takes a few steps in different directions, as if that helped his search. But Valessa calls out to us shortly after, pointing back towards the gate.
Is that him?
A man that was standing there starts to laugh and approach us, standing with his back towards the gate, out of sight. It was perfect hiding spot, since we'd be looking ahead.
I just wanted to see if you'd noticed me, actually. You've got a good eye on you. Valessa, right?
Damek!
Yeah, Valinor Scribe. Pleased to meet you, Damek.
And I'm Fortame, the Elder. We've heard a lot about you, actually.
Fortame? Or Fortam?
All nonsense, I'm sure.
After smiling at Valessa and Fortam, he approaches me.
And you must be the seer. It feels like I've been waiting forever to meet you. Honestly, the last little while has been so hectic.
My character should have no idea who you are? Well, he would, but he wouldn't know who you're like, what type of person you are. I do, however, so... He blushes and I can tell he's extremely nervous. I saw it because he greeted Valessa and Fortam with ease. It humbles me to see a man of such importance treat me this way.
I almost can't believe this is happening. It's an honor to meet you, Seer. It truly is.
I didn't picture a general to be so handsome. The honor is all mine, Damek. So you're the one who forced me into all this? That's me. Nice to meet you. I am so tempted to say this. I really want to say this, but realistically, I'd be too shy to do that.
And you're just as polite as I imagined. There's no need to be so formal. You're among friends.
He reached out and shake his hand, but he immediately pulls back. With a nervous laugh, he rubs the back of his head. Did I do something wrong? Seems excited to meet me, so I assumed a handshake was in order.
Anyway, shall we get going? We have quite a busy day ahead of us.
He starts walking, expecting us to follow. But as soon as he gets to Pro, he stops in his tracks.
Oh, just one more thing before we move along. You'll be on cleaning duty for the next month, Pro.
Oh, jeez.
What? What did I do?
It's more about what you didn't do, and the answer to that is everything. I ended up sending Ulrich to pick up your slack.
Oh!
We can't afford to waste time anymore. I'm sure you had your reasons, but...
Yeah, and they were really good reasons. I couldn't just march into Valinor with a blade. I need to have some discretion. It took time.
And you definitely needed all that beer and gambling money.
Really, Pro, you know you can't just throw excuses at me. I know how this stuff works. You were lazy.
He lets out a loud sigh while Pro shovels in place. Ashamed. Huh, caught you, but good effort.
I suppose it's my fault in the first place. I should have known better than to send you there. With a tavern in the way, your priorities would be clear.
After their spat, Damek turns to me, face me with a smile. Even when he was scolding, it was polite. That's interesting. You can start to see why people would like to follow him. Yeah, I already love this guy.
Anyway, we have some business with the mayor. Let's head to his house. I'll explain there. After that, I'll give you a tour of our HQ.
Plans with Grizz. Is it about the pirates?
I said I'd explain when we get there, Ulrich. We can't talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. Finish up whatever business you have, and we'll get going.
I'm sure that a ton of people turned their heads like, wait, what did he say about making deals with pirates? With that said, I guess it was time to head to the mayor's house. I knew nothing about Mazeo, so I didn't know if this was a detour or not. But either way, my training with the Blade of Exodus would surely begin today. A look at Valessa and Fortam, and we nod to one another. I guess I'd finish up any business here, then follow Damek. My legs are tired, but it feels like our trek was almost over. Achievement unlocked! General of the Rebellion. Damek has now permanently joined your party. A new statistic, morale has been unlocked. Troop morale is at 90%. Morale may rise and fall over the course of the game. I hope to keep it high. Your army and their welfare will be affected by your choices. Ensure high morale or your forces may not survive the coming war. Alright, I'll go ahead and finish these up. I was told to do these as soon as possible, so... Fortam. I noticed Fortam standing at one of the market stalls enthralled. I take a few steps towards to see what he's looking at, and nobody follows me. Seems they're willing to give us some time alone now that we're in Mazeo.
Hey, Seer! Check this out!
He points to a bunch of strange metal objects attached to ropes. If I could describe them as anything, it would be metallic claws. Anchors? I have no idea what they are, however, or why he's so taken by them.
You know, when I climb trees, it's hard to get a grip. But with these, I can just stab them into the tree and hold on. I didn't know these existed. It would make things so much easier.
He shovels in place, thinking to himself.
You don't think that would hurt the trees, do you?
Of course not, they can take more than that. It might. You can never be too sure, Fortam.
Awesome! That's what I thought. I'll have to make money somehow, and save up. This will make climbing the Grand Tree a lot easier.
He leans a bit closer to the market stall, looking for a price. I mean, yeah, to a tree that big, it practically just scratches.
And of course, there's no price on them. Probably so they can scam people too. I'll have to get Ulrich to figure this out.
He smiles and laughs softly before turning to face me.
You know, these markets are pretty cool. What do you think about them, Seer?
This choice permanently alters your relationship with Fortam. Great place to have a first date, I think. Wouldn't too many people from my liking. I just wish our parents were here. Oh, that's too sad. That's way too sad. They're pretty awesome, yeah.
Just a bit crowded, though. And I did want to have some private time. Hey, follow me. I have an idea, Seer.
Oh? He grabs an apple out of his pocket and gives me a sliced smirk. It's the one Ulrich bought for him. He must not have eaten it yet. As he runs away, I follow him and we end up in a nearby back alley.
See? Much better. I can actually hear myself think now. Let's grab a seat and relax. We deserve it.
He motions to the ground. It didn't seem comfortable, but it would do. I sit down and rest my back against the wall. He promptly sits down beside me. Holding out the apple, he inspects it, almost like he's a bit hesitant to eat it.
I wonder if it'll taste like I remember. It's only been around 20 years after all. Hey, let's share it. You should try some too.
Oh, that's really nice. Stare directly at the apple, watching it glisten in the sunlight.
You know, I'm kinda scared to eat it. I'm worried it might not live up to my memories. Things don't usually work out that way. Why should this?
He shrugs and looks up to me.
here goes nothing?
He raises it to his mouth and takes a large bite. Shaking with excitement, juices drip down his chin. I can tell him that it's just as good as he remembers.
Wow. You have got to try this, Seer.
He holds it up, offering it to me, my hands practically shaking. Grab it from him and inspect it. It's incredibly soft and juicy. They must have grown this differently in order to make it special. But I wonder why the Triumvirate would ban this from trade. Seems harmless. I can't remember the last time Fortam was so happy. I take a bite with a loud crunch and starts chewing. The sweetness is overwhelming. It's been a while since I had any apples. I love apples. I always doubted how good this apple would be. Fortam really talked it up. There was always a worry in the back of my mind that it wasn't really that good. However, after finally tasting it, no, I was unequivocally wrong. It was amazing.
See? I told you! I can't believe I'm eating this again. I just wish my parents could be here.
I hand him back the apple and we slowly take turns eating it. Minutes later, only the tiny core remains. We really went to town on it. Placing it down by his side, Fortam rests against the wall, sighing.
Thanks for sharing that with me, Seer. Actually, thanks for hanging out with me at all. I know there's so much to do. I'm really honored.
He smiles before standing back up. I do so as well. There was more point in this quest if I couldn't have fun along the way. Our bond could flourish, even during war. That was an incredible friendship.
Back to business, I guess? But mark my words, I'm gonna get that climbing gear. And a second set, too. I'll make an apprentice out of you yet.
He smirks and runs back to the markets. I follow after him as we regroup with everyone else. That was a nice distraction, but it was time to get things back on track. What's up, bro?
Hey,
Or Damek, sorry. Tell me about yourself. What can you tell me about the rebellion? What can you tell me about the Triumvirate? What are your thoughts on our comrades? Know about our battle plan? Yeah, sure.
sure. Anything specific?
What's the first step when we arrive at HQ? Do you have any detailed strategy of our final battle? What will Alestia be like after the war is over? How can we save Valinor? These are all things that I would love to ask.
Well, I'll have you rest for the day. Then we'll start training you with the Blade of Exodus tomorrow. I think that slow exposure therapy will be the best possible approach.
Sounds like a plan.
As you build a tolerance for its power, you'll be able to wield it longer. Of course, you'll also be training in the basics of swordplay. Ulrich will make sure that you learn everything you need to.
Yeah, Ulrich seems tough.
We have the benefit of foresight here. We know the Triumvirate will be busy with Valinor. You can train, and we can attack Balteus right under their noses.
Detailed strategy?
Yeah, and it's something you'll be hearing more of. We have some stuff to take care of for now. You'll get used to the war table, trust me. Probably in chaos and disarray? We can't expect the people to embrace the new leadership, but we'll do our best to win them over and cater to their desires.
At least you're pretty realistic.
Anything we can learn about the Triumvirate will also be useful. If we can prove that they're frauds, the people will accept us easier. The only question is, how in the world do we go about doing that?
That's interesting. You've always come across as optimistic, and I still say you are, but this is interesting that you do have a sense of realism.
Either way, we'll have lots of work ahead of us. Winning this battle doesn't mean we can sit back and rest. We'll have an entire world to rule and reform. I can't wait.
Yep.
You mean imbue it with spiritual energy? I'm not sure. But I wouldn't classify your nation as dead. Not just yet. The power inside of you is proof that we can redirect it. If the spirits can move power from the land to an individual, well, there's no reason to believe that the reverse isn't possible. That blade is capable of so much. I think it will be the key to all of that.
Thoughts on your comments. The rebellion and the triumvirate. I want to ask all of these. Like, I want to ask all of this. It might be another long video, but whatever.
Well, almost everything, I'd assume. I was one of the founding members with Salus. I guess they like that term more than child soldier.
Tell me about your new HQ. Tell me more about how it was formed. How many members are there? How is troop morale?
Several hundred, but under 1,000. We're a fully realized army, and I know we can do this. With you and that blade, our victory is pretty much secured.
How is troop morale?
It's wonderful. Everybody is in a great mood. We have the numbers and the strength to put up a fight. But on top of that, we have you and the Blade of Exodus.
Morale is great because you're in charge, Damek.
When you're trained with it, you can lead the final battle. That blade isn't just a weapon, but a symbol of hope. It sets us apart from every previous insurrection. With its power, you'll be unstoppable. I hope you're ready to go down in history as a hero, the man who changed Alestia forever.
Tell me about the triumvirate.
We don't know too much about them, to be honest. They're shrouded in mystery and only rule from their chambers. We've tried to coax them out, but so far nothing has worked.
As I've heard before. You know how old they are? Do you know what they look like? Do they make the Blade of Exodus? Will the Blade of Exodus be enough to kill them?
I'd like to think so, yeah. It's actually a bit ironic, isn't it? Their own weapon, used against them.
It would be ironic.
As soon as you learn to use it, we'll be good to go. I have no doubt in my mind that it's strong enough. You were chosen by the spirits for this destiny.
Thoughts on our conference? Finally, about yourself.
Well, it all depends on what you'd like to know. I mean, I'm an open book, but I don't know where to start. Feel free to throw a few questions at me. I'll play along.
How old are you? When did you join the rebellion? We know that you joined as a child. Hey, Amity, what are your hobbies?
I don't really have time for hobbies, to be honest.
Ah.
Unless the war table or sparring counts as hobbies. After this war, maybe I'll pick up a few pastimes.
Anything you're interested in?
But right now, I really don't have the time. I've been training and working since I was a kid. They had no hesitation in letting a child wield a sword.
Alright. Well then, I guess I'm gonna end it here. Next time on Let's Play Winds of Change, guess we're gonna make our way to the mayor's house and meet with Grizz. If you like this part, hit that like button, tell me so in the comments, or tell me whatever you like in the comments. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Don't forget to hit that bell. See you guys next time.